Manufacturing and energy are now at the top of the job list for the smartest graduates from China. The share of Chinese graduates entering manufacturing rose from 17.9% in 2020 to 22.5% in 2024. And these aren't factory assembly line jobs. Top employers for these graduates include companies like Huawei and BYD. They are hiring engineers and data scientists. China is making these jobs high status, high tech, and a career path for some, and it raises some serious strategic questions for the United States. And so we've kicked this topic around a bunch of times, but as things change and the dynamics change, you watch China, you watch what we're doing here, Taylor. We have said on this program that, you know, maybe we could be doing more to teach our kids since they're doing it. I have said I think the kids are going to kind of learn it and adopt it on their own, but is that enough?
You know, my worry about this is in America, we haven't made manufacturing cool again yet. Everyone still wants to have the cool job, tech, AI. Ooh, AI's all the rage. I want to be a finance bro. That's all the rage. We haven't yet made manufacturing cool again. And I think China does a good job of that. But remember on Liberation Day when China was sending out all those memes of Midwest Americans assembling an iPhone and basically trolling us and saying, you can't do it. We know that you won't. It's because we haven't, I think, spoken to our children, and I'm in charge of that because I'm a parent, so are you, about telling them this is an awesome career path. This is a great way to go, and sort of psyching them up for it.
I know the headline is that the Chinese students, the smartest ones, they used to chase tech and finance, and now they're going to manufacturing. And part of me, if I'm inserting here, Lou, sort of where my head went with this was I was thinking to myself, and also based off what you're saying, Taylor, manufacturing's not the same manufacturing that it once was. And it might not be cool, I agree with you, but there is a lot more tech and AI involved in that. And so I see that as sort of a dynamic blending ground.
No, I totally agree with you. I would also say that make manufacturing cool again doesn't fit on a nice red hat. It just won't work.
Mama,
Yeah.
make manufacturing
cool, Mamka.
All right, you figure that out. I'll get to my
You're right.
point.
I'll put that on a slogan.
So, but I think to your point, we talk about the energy sector in particular, right? What's the biggest catalyst of the energy sector right now? It's not demand, it's data centers. It's pulling demand. And so that skill set in manufacturing data centers, there's a lot involved in it. I mean, some estimates say it's as much as 10,000 jobs are created from every data center, from the trades to actual tech, high-tech jobs that you have to plug in, connect, all the interconnects, all the chips. I mean, it's not just the NVIDIA chips, it's all the complementary chips that make that work. So I think this is just a reindustrialization trend that's going on, and I don't know how we teach about that other than make kids aware of these opportunities, right? So it's a marketing job. How are we're not marketing for Wall Street jobs anymore. Now the industry is going to come to college campuses and say, this is affordable, or high school campuses for that matter. Because think about the wages. We've talked about it. We have a family-run business in diesel repair shops, diesel mechanics that work on semi trucks, and you can make good six-figure salaries by going to a trade school for about 18 months and avoiding all the student loan debt that we've talked about so many times before.
So I think, Brian, we're in an environment, just to build off of what Lou said, where it's survival of the fittest. And you have kids, and I imagine some of the conversation that you have with them is that, you know, you have to go where people are not going, competitively speaking, where you'll still get good wages, but like not following the crowd, because following the crowd and the masses and what everybody wants to do isn't the way to play this necessarily anymore, especially with things changing. The question is, you talked about the Gen Z kids who are buying the $50 records. How do you talk to them? Like you're talking about marketing this message. How do you talk to them to make them understand this?
Part of it to me is you got to get them out of the, you got to get them off the treadmill of higher education that has been built in America, because there's such a message that's reinforced there again and again about you got to go to college, you got to pay this, we're going to promise you a career in this track. And like, you got to get them out of that echo chamber, number one. I think it's great that China has a lot of students going to manufacturing, but can we not envy China? I don't want to envy China or their students. I don't think anything chosen there is about making it cool. I think at the end of the day, when Xi Jinping wants something to happen, he says, you guys are going to go do this.
There's no choice.
It's not because you think it's cool, but because you're going to go to jail. So I do think we don't want to. We're not going to beat them with top-down planning, right? But we are going to beat them with a better system, and our system is broken because, actually, I agree with you. In America, the left-wing elites have worked very hard to make blue-collar jobs seem not cool because they can't control how you think when you're working with your hands, right? They can control how you think if you're pursuing some academic job or state job, but if you're working with your hands, they can't do that. So I think we've got to change. You take the money out of higher ed. You put the scales on level again. Students choose things that are remunerative. I think that's in the blue collar and manufacturing space. I think you get a double whammy of a better economy and people who can think for themselves.
I'll just quickly say, Brian, you're absolutely right about the kind of the scourge of higher ed. You've got thousands and thousands of kids graduating every year with 100,000 plus in debt and no real marketable skills. And interestingly, the United States actually manufactures now more than it ever did before. It just does so with less people,
right,
thanks to the automation, thanks to the technology that you folks alluded to earlier. So you'll see, I think, more of this expansion in manufacturing, but it's not going to be the assembly line jobs. It's going to be the technology, the robotics, the AI jobs of the future. They're coming.
We said we wanted to strip away the funding, federal funding, from some of these high-end universities. We've been talking about that, especially because of the atrocious behavior that we've seen on campuses the last few years. It hasn't happened.
Well, I mean, nobody's tried harder than President Trump. I mean, he's literally gone to places like Harvard and said, you're not getting this money anymore. And they took him to court about it, and they're fighting hard against it. But if you just think about education in America, it is totally skewed to a very small set of a kind of education. Like it is, and we don't even realize how much of our taxpayer money is going to that. I'm not saying abolish colleges or universities.
Yeah.
I'm just saying stop giving them a 50-meter head start in a 100-meter race. Just start at the start line and let different sectors of the economy compete against themselves.
Fair point.